Ho, ho, ho. Welcome to this Christmas Eve service at the Emerson Unitarian Universalist Congregation. We are so grateful for you being here in the sanctuary and for those of you who are online and at home. We welcome everyone with a especially warm welcome today, literally, right? It is an honor to be the minister here, and my name is Christina Branum-Martin. We gather tonight with stories and song, and I hear a little bit of an echo, and I'm wondering if I should just wait a minute. We have a ghost in the house that has an echo. Maybe it's the Christmas spirit. What do you think? Should I just keep going? Okay. We come to celebrate with the presence of joy and wonder and curiosity and the seeking of peace, not only just in our hearts, but in the world itself. Tonight we come not just to tell an ancient story, but to hear it in new ways, from new perspectives. And on this Christmas Eve, no matter the expansiveness of your religious traditions, we come to connect, to share and connect to the ancient stories and the perennial truths of the possibility for more love and justice always being born in the world. Welcome to this time of magic and wonder. It is so good to be together. We begin each service in this sanctuary with the lighting of our chalice. And I am wondering if Millie and Richard are coming. There they are. Millie is wearing her honorary Emerson apron. That was the Christmas gift this year. Lighting a chalice is a tradition in Unitarian Universalist congregations, one that begins our service focused on our connection to each other. Let us open our eyes to see what is beautiful. Let us open our minds to learn what is true. Let us open our hearts to love one another. Tonight is for stories, singing, and candlelight. Thank you. You can blow it out, Richard. Thank you. We're going to sing and sit and stand and sing and sit and stand. And we're going to stand now and sing Deck the Halls together. You'll find the words to your hymns today on the back of your order of service. That Christmas spirit sure is sneaky. I know. On Christmas Eve, we light all the candles of the Advent set. And George Clear will now light the first one of our set. It is the candle of faith. In this time when days grow short, the time of the long night, and the darkness of the cold and the light in our hearts, we light this light of faith. We have faced each one our own times of darkness. We have been discouraged. We might have been lonely. We have each been afraid. Yet we trust that we too will find light in the darkness and turn again to life with courage and with faith.
A Christmas Cautionary Tale by Frank Rivas. My little sister Renee was 10 years younger than I. When she was in kindergarten, I considered her to be the most obnoxious child on the planet. So I decided to get her a lump of coal for Christmas. I know that people generally consider it Santa's responsibility to give lumps of coal to bad little children, but I had learned over the years not to trust Santa's judgment. I'd seen it over and over again. The old man went easy on the little kids. So the responsibility fell to me. I searched the yellow pages, went to the nearest coal yard, picked out an exceptionally large chunk, wrapped it nicely in a box with a bow, and placed it under the Christmas tree. Our family encouraged recipients to lift, shake, and guess at the contents as soon as a gift was under the tree. Renee was fascinated. What gift could weigh so much? By our Christmas morning tradition, the gifts were sorted into 5 piles. Then, one at a time, going around the circle as many times as necessary, we opened our gifts for everyone to see. Renee opened mine first. As she unwrapped ribbon, paper, and box, her excitement grew. My excitement grew too. The moment of reckoning was at hand. From her first glance at the coal, she loved it. She screamed with delight and hugged me profusely. How was I to know that only a week earlier in her kindergarten class, she had learned to grow colorful crystals on coal? How was I to know that this would be her favorite gift? There's a moral to this story, my friends. Watch out for this season. There's a spirit in the air that can turn even the most vindictive thoughts into good deeds. Here ends the first reading.
The offering tonight is a special one. Our collection on Christmas Eve is for the minister's discretionary fund. That is the fancy word for the secret fund that allows for me to support those in need. That they can come to me and say, I need help with rent. I need help with food. I need help paying for my medicine, or I've lost my job. This is an important role that I have in this congregation, that I do so quietly and privately. And your support of this fund allows for me to follow through with the needs that are requested of me throughout the year. If you could offer what you can, we'd appreciate it. The basket will be passed, and then we will sing afterwards a hymn that is in the gray hymnal, that is not a traditional Christmas hymn, but you might recognize the tune. It is number 241, called In the Bleak Midwinter. The next Advent candle is the Candle of Hope, lit by Lynette Carlisle. Christmas has come one more time to the earth, lit in our hearts, lit of hope. Let us remember that the great and the holy may sometimes be found in unlikely and unaccustomed places, and that from the most humble beginning, children come who carry within them the seeds of greatness and a great light. May we remember that in each of us burns an unquenchable and an eternal light within each person who comes into the world. And now our second story.
Our second story is called The Refuge, written by Ann Booth and Sam Usher. Tonight, our service tells the story of the Nativity, the night Jesus was born, from a few interesting perspectives. This particular story comes from an unusual source. You could call it from the horse's mouth, but more likely from the donkey's mouth. We'll be hearing the somewhat traditional tale of the Nativity, the story of the night Jesus was born, but from the donkey's perspective. The donkey who helps carry the young family through the night, seeking shelter. And we'll get to hear what this loyal and helpful creature notices and thinks about the story so many of us have heard so many times. We'll stay in our seats for this one, but the pictures from the book will be shared on the screen. So here's the book, Refuge. The man led me, and I carried the woman all the way to Bethlehem. And then the baby was born. The shepherds came first, and after them came the kings. When the last king left, the scent of frankincense lingered in the air, and we all slept, and the man had a dream of danger. He woke long before the sun rose and told the woman. She took the baby and kissed him. She smelled his sweet little baby breath and felt his soft, warm baby skin, and how his lashes tickled her cheek as he nuzzled her neck. "Time to go," she said. Then they wrapped him up warm and kissed him again, and the man came to get me. He patted me between the ears and led me out. "Come on, old friend, we're off on a journey again." And we left some gold for the innkeeper, for he had been good to us when others had not. And we set off. Under starlight, through empty streets, while people were sleeping, hoping for the kindness of strangers again. And we passed the shepherds in the fields, and there were whispered blessings, and the movement of sheep in the darkness, and the clasp of rough hands, and the love of warm hearts. And I kept walking, carrying my precious load, and the woman held the baby close to her heart. And she and the man talked about journeys, dreams of warnings, love of a baby, and the kindness of strangers. And when we rested and they were frightened, they took hope from each other and from the baby's tiny first smile. And we safely entered into Egypt, and we found refuge. This story is a sweet and lovely reminder of what we can learn from a story that we've heard many times before when we consider it from a new point of view. The near universal understanding of what it means to love a baby. The importance of kindness and of warm hearts, particularly in times such as ours. The wonderful blessings of strangers who are willing to help, and the seeking of a place of refuge for those you care about most in the world, and for those you may not know, and hope for a better future. May it be so. Here ends the second reading.
Now we light the candle of love. This is lit by James Johns. At this time of the giving of gifts, lovingly made and carefully chosen, at this time of sharing with one another that which is deepest and dearest to us, light in our hearts the light of love. Heal in our hearts the wounds of misunderstanding, mistakes, and regrets. Help us to reach out with joy and grace for the gifts which life and love offer us, and sustain our hopes and our labors together for the time when all people shall come into the circle of peace and fellowship. May we share this Christmas the best of who we are with those we love, and together may our hearts share peace. And now Michael will read our third reading.
For our third reading, we have The Camel Speaks by Lynn Ungar. Of course, they never consulted us. They were wise men, kings, star readers, and we were merely transportation. They simply loaded us with gifts and turned us towards the star. I ask you, what would a king know of choosing presents for a child? Had they ever seen a baby born to such simple folk, so naked of pretense, so open to the wind? What would such a child care about perfumes and gold? Far better to have asked one born in the desert, tested by wind and sand. We saw what he would need, the gift of perseverance, of continuing on the hard way, making do with what there is, living on what you have inside. The gift of holding up under the burden, of lifting another with grace, of kneeling to accept the weight of what you must bear. Our footsteps could have rocked him with the rhythm of the road, shown him comfort in the harsh land, and dignity in continually moving forward. But the wise men were not wise enough to ask. They simply left their trinkets and admired the rustic view. Before you knew it, we returned towards home, carrying men only half willing to be amazed. Never mind. We saw the baby, felt him reach for the bright tassels of our gear. We desert amblers have always have our ways of seeing what you charioteers must miss. That child at heart knows something about following a star. Our gifts are given. Have no doubt. His life will bear the print of who we are. And so ends the third story.
Let us sing Joy to the World. Would you stand?
Let
Cronin will now light the candle of joy. In this happy season, light in our hearts the light of joy. To miss the joy of Christmas is to miss the holiest secret. Let this be a season where wisdom enough and time are ours for the seeking and the asking, and may joy abound. In this quiet space, would you join me for a moment of prayer and meditation? This prayer was written by Reverend Rebecca Parker. We remember the Magi, observers of stars and evidence-based seekers who found their way to kneel before a baby. May we too kneel before life's intricate mysteries. We follow the path of science-based searches for truth, and we remember Mary, who was the mother of a revolutionary prophet. In the fetus in her womb was a surprise. Her choice a decision to magnify her hope, the birth difficult, attended by a diversity of animals and a gathering of vulnerable people. May we too kneel at the cradle of earth's dreams for peace. May we dedicate ourselves to revolutionary love. And as we do so, we remember Joseph, the unexpected father, who embraced the baby as his own, believing that every child has a God-given entitlement to love and care. Our prayer: to stand by the women and the children of this world, even when privilege and power threaten freedom. We remember the angels, singing in a cold night to the overtaxed poor, promising peace and goodwill to all. May we echo their song in acts of solidarity and justice. We pray for all souls, for refugee souls, for green souls, for disabled souls, for Black souls, young souls, transgender souls. May we join the bold and holy movement to bring heaven to earth. May the star in the sky, then and now, brighten our hope for a new day. May our prayers be for love and peace and justice, to strengthen our prayers, to bring heaven to earth here today. Amen. Let us sing Angels We Have Heard on High. Let's stand again.
Oh
And now we light the candle of Christmas. At last. Christmas is a festival of faith and hope and love and joy. It is a time of feasting and fun and singing, of friends and family reunited, with glittering trees and lit houses, stockings and presents, and the story of a tiny child in a manger. We belong to Christmas, and Christmas is our story. Thank you, Mary. The fourth and final story is by me. Today, around the world, Christian tradition celebrates the birth of a baby whose actions and legacy would change the world. For many Christians, Jesus' birth was unique. He was the child of God born among us. But I believe that's not the most important and powerful part of the Christian story. Reverend Judy Howard Peterson says, everyone is a once and eternity irreplaceable, irrepeatable revelation of God. Everyone. As Unitarian Universalists, we recognize that part of the power of the story of Jesus' birth and life is the truly humanness of his arrival and life. We believe that every baby, every human being is an embodied and a piece of the divine, that we are all worthy of love and belonging, and that each of us has the ability through our actions to change the world. We raise our hearts in love as hope comes to dwell with us and within us. We recognize the power of transformation, generosity, and justice residing within the heart of each small babe. We were all once babies. Reverend Greta Jo Seidel asks us, as Unitarian Universalists, some vital questions this year. She said, isn't it enough? A baby, isn't that a miracle enough? And then for those of us no longer babies, isn't just simply being alive a miracle in and of itself? Reverend Seidel declares that each one of us is miraculous. Our lives and our personhood are an act of divine creation in process. Like Mary Oliver says, what shall we do with our one wild and precious life? How should we welcome each new miracle that arrives, crying and cold, needing our care? What would the world look like if the arrival of a baby, each new life embodied and breathing, was treated with such as a gift? That's the honest question, because it's not the world that we have right now. We know that there are children all around the earth in need, living through war. They are hungry. There are children who might be in circumstances that were as bad or as worse as the manger that Jesus was born in. Each of these children contains the whole world. Each of these children is beloved and divine. Glennon Doyle said, "There is no such thing as other people's children." Choosing to treat other people's children as our own is a sacred act of liberation in a world where we need to care for one another. There's a person who has a handle on Threads called From a Young Matriarch. Don't know their real name. But they said, our entire society should be organized around children because everyone was once a child. And a good childhood creates a well-adjusted adult, which creates a better society. Interestingly, this reminds me of one of the lines in Luke chapter 19, where Mary says in the Bible, Mary treasured up all the things, looked at her child's face, and pondered them in her heart. Reverend Seidel says that the adults present in the Christian story too, the stories of the adults who dearly loved that little bundle of joy, cared for him and wondered and worried for him. They worried what was in store for him. And the verse points out to the story of how Jesus' arrival transformed individuals into relationships with him, starting with his own mother Mary, and rippling out to those who gathered around the manger and into the community beyond. Because the birth of a child, as you all know in your own lives, transforms everything. When a baby is born, not only do we not sleep, but we tend to every little need. It transforms our lives. And in so being, our whole world changes. Each child teaches us, and Jesus did the same with his life. Each child has the potency and the potential of the Christ child. Each child belongs not just to the divine, however you name it. That child belongs to us, to all of us. Every child needs to be a part of a village. Reverend Joe Seidel calls it a Christmas village. Every child needs a Mary and a Joseph and a collection of animals all around. Every child needs a crew of shepherds like an extra uncle or an auntie who are afraid of the chaos of childhood. Every child needs wise ones who know how to read the stars and guide their way. And I would add from our stories tonight, every child needs a donkey and a couple of camels. We need the village. We need the village to raise the children to adulthood safely and carefully. We need the community to surround them and instill the values we wish to live out in the world. And we need a world to give them space to be, a place to allow them to teach us the wisdom that they have. Every adult has a role in the Christmas village. You don't have to have been a parent who has given birth, or even the primary caregiver to a baby, or even have children of your own in the family to be a part of the village. You simply need to be present to help raise the budding souls of all the children there. Each of us has a role to play in creating not just the Christmas village, but the world in which we want to create, where all children not just survive, but thrive. This, in and of itself, is an act of liberation. This is an earthly salvation, more possible in the process. Maybe your role is the wise elder who implants wisdom so that new mistakes can be made. Maybe you're the respite care for the weary parents who are road weary and heart worn. Maybe you're the kindly stranger who meets an unexpected interaction with a smile and acknowledges them as an equal rather than a nuisance. Choosing every day, with every act, with every person, to be equitable and curious and intentional and faithful with children and with each other is an act of world building and liberation making. So this Christmas, I invite you to be a part of the village that raises all children. As they saw in the Christ child of Jesus, may we see the divine in every child around us. How do we prepare for the arrival of the children who will change the world? How do we prepare our hearts and minds? How do we believe in a new tomorrow so that we can hear wisdom coming from the small, still voice of a dear child? This is the challenge of the Christmas story. Whatever name you give that child, be it Jesus, Emmanuel, the Messiah, the Lamb, Valentino, Seth, Zoe, Isaac, Liam, all the children in the room are looking at me now. You know what I want to say? You are our children, and we see the divine in you. May the spirit of Christmas always awaken in you. May the joy of being part of a Christmas village be alive within your heart. May it not just be within the season of Christmas, but all year. May you have a Merry Christmas, whatever your age, because you too are a precious person and child in that village. And if I didn't say your name, will you tell me your name now? Yeah? Who else? What other names are precious in the room? Clark. Yeah. And yes. I see somebody waving to Mama on the screen. In a moment, we're going to end our service with candlelight, my favorite part. The lights will dim a little, hopefully so that you can still see the words on the back of your order of service for Silent Night. There are 2 verses listed, but you might notice they're the same. We're going to sing it 3 times together. So before we sing together, the usher will come and help us light our candles down the aisle. What I would like to remind you is to tip the candle that is unlit towards the lit candle to light it. Wax is a byproduct of Christmas Eve, isn't it? So careful with your lighting. And then we will stay sitting for this so that wax is not as mobile. The choir will sing the first verse of Silent Night in German, and then we will join together with 3 verses of Silent Night, and the lights will dim. While our candles stay lit for one more moment, we extinguish our chalice. Nicole Adkins will help us, and Ebony Glenn. The Christmas story told tonight is a story of hope, a hope for peace and love to prevail for everyone. In all of these traditions, there is a light to guide us. May that light shine from within, among, and beyond us, and guide us evermore to a better world where peace and love prevail. And as we extinguish our chalice and soon our candles, we do not extinguish the shining spark of hope. And now we extinguish our chalice, knowing that the light carries on into the new year. Good job. Yes. I will close with Howard Thurman's The Work of Christmas. When the song of the angel is stilled and the star in the sky is gone, and the kings and the princes are home, and the shepherds are back in their flock, the work of real Christmas begins. To find the lost, to heal the broken, to feed the hungry, to rebuild the nations, to release the prisoner, and to bring peace among people, and to make music in the heart. As we blow out our candles, let us share a resounding amen. Amen. Go now in peace. Thank you.